get excited, but I do have to sometimes kind of pull back my excitement a little bit because I'm like, oh yeah, I get to do it. He's going to be a part of the business. It's going to be amazing. He's going to run my whole video department. I'm like, he's 9 years old.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Business of Parenting podcast. Tune in as we discuss the principles of successful parenting as a business professional. Here's your host, Jason Harris.
Bringing kids into the business, I think, is incredibly important. It definitely supports kind of our previous topics around work-life balance, letting the kids see what happens and what is the business. It makes them connected. There's so many things to it. And then, of course, it promotes more routine. But I'd love to kind of hear how you've kind of executed on bringing the kids into the business.
Yeah. So I have to always be careful with that because I don't want like workforces to come to my house and be like, man, what are you doing with these kids? No, I'm just joking. But no, so what I do in the house is I try to get intentional. I've written down intentional on my paper so much, but I try to get intentional about what, again, they want. And then see if there's an area in the business that they could use that talent or that skill or that gift and add that to the business. So the like a real life example, my oldest son, he wants to do like gaming and stuff like that. And, his name is AC Gamer. And so in doing that, he wants to have his own YouTube channel, all these other things. He wants to be able to show what he's doing. And so I said, you know what, like if you really want to learn a YouTube channel and you want to learn editing and stuff like that, I have a course that I've taken on it. I said, you should take this. And I said, and have fun with my stuff. I said, because I don't do near enough with YouTube as I should. I said, well, why don't you just have fun and blow that thing up? I said, man, if it ever turns into something that generates some revenue, I wrote up a little contract. He gets a certain percentage of the earnings. And he literally has just taken ownership of it. And it's taught me, though, to not pursue perfection with him, because I know when I first started editing content and doing things on camera, I wasn't the best. But sometimes I could be critical of other people's works, but I've just learned to let him just fail, let him just have fun, let him mess up a few subtitles. But him doing that now, he's super excited and supercharged. So when he does start his own company and he does start blowing up his AC Gamer stuff, he already knows like how he wants to lay things out. He knows his content strategy. He knows how to use Canva. And I think that's cool. So just making sure that what I would tell any parent that's looking at bringing either their spouse or their kid is a lot of times, again, we focus on what we need to help our business, but they might not be the person that helps us with that need, but there could be something that's in their skill set that they could bring to the business that we didn't even think, like, oh my gosh, dude, like this person's a genius. Like he or she can really help me out. And that's what I'm excited about as my other ones grow up. It's like, all right, what's your skill set? What's your gift? What do you want to do? And then finding where I can put that in the business has been phenomenal.
You know what? And it's fun. I'm not going to lie. It is kind of fun, right? When my two worlds collide, I actually think it's pretty dang cool. I just kind of, maybe I'm like, oh, proud papa moment. I'm like, this is pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like it is, my, it's funny that you bring up the video thing because my youngest comes to me and, he's like, and he sees my YouTube channel and he watches a few videos. So he'll come back to me. He'll go, Dad, who that person you were talking to? And I'm like, you actually watched that? Okay. Yeah. But he wants a YouTube channel. He's 9 years old. And I'm like, you know what? I'll make you a deal. All right. If you learn how to put together and edit 20 videos, right, then we'll open a YouTube channel, but only if you can execute on 20 videos first, right? And because I think the kids got to know, like, they see these YouTube influencers and they think they just kind of like flipped on a camera one day and they had millions of followers and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, there's like real work that goes behind, you're watching a 4.5 minute video. You just don't. So like I downloaded iMovies on his iPad. He watched like a 35-minute tutorial on it, and he like made this this video of him and his friends playing hide and seek, and he added titles and he added some special effects and a subscribe button, and I'm just like, okay, man, like you're getting into this thing, right? But I'm gonna make him do 20 before he kind of gets into it, right? Because I think a lot of people just think like getting into a business is just something, it's a light bulb that you flip on. We both know that is not the case at all, right? Like that is not the case at all. But I get excited, but I do have to sometimes kind of pull back my excitement a little bit, because I'm like, oh yeah, I get to do it. He's gonna be a part of the business. It's gonna be amazing. He's gonna run my whole video department. I'm like, he's 9 years old.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to the Business of Parenting podcast with your host, Jason Harris. Don't want to miss new content? Be sure to check out the full podcast library at strategywithjason.com to stay in the know. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy podcasting.